Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Austrian Dreams. In this video, I will be sharing my monthly cost of living for my household. Like how much do I pay? So in my household, we have about three people, me, my wife and my kid. So what is the approximate amount of money that we pay per month? So that's what this video is all about, okay? Okay, again, I would like to put a disclaimer. This is just my experience. It depends upon how much do you spend, what is your spending habit, but it should give you an estimate as to what should be the approximate amount. Okay, having said that, okay, the first thing that forms the lion's share in the cost of living is obviously the rent. And we are no exception. Like we also pay around 820 euros for month per month for rents. So the lion's share of your salary goes in paying rents. I mean anywhere. In Vienna too, it's the same. I pay around 820 euros for a two-room apartment. Now the people back in India, when I say two-room apartment, it is two-room apartment. So there is no concept of hall or stuff like that. People say two-room or three-room, two Zimmer. Zimmer means room. So two Zimmer or three Zimmer or two rooms or three rooms. So it has a kitchen, bathroom, toilet, and I am lucky that I'm living in the fourth district, which is considered to be near to, and it is very near to first district, which is the center. And to get an apartment for 820 euros, I consider myself lucky. If you can see behind me, there's a garden too. So it is also included in the apartment. So, and all this furniture, all the furniture that you see, that was in the apartment as well. But this is a basement apartment, so maybe that's the reason. However, you can expect if you are staying farther away, like right down the fourth district, which is close to the first district, that's why the rent may be a bit inflated. Even though people have said that 820 is fairly low, but if you are living in 21st 22nd, the farther away, the rent will reduce subsequently. So I guess I got a good price, but you should also should get apartment, because I've been searching villa. But I'll make a separate video for that. You can get an apartment under 1,000 euros. If you're looking to stay with your family, there are lots of options. It can range from 700 to 1,000 euros. It all depends how much you are willing to spend. But if you have a budget from 700 to 1,000 euros, you can easily get the apartment for your family. And as I said, I may be making a separate video for that. So if you want to see that video, please comment on this, and then I'll surely make a video. Okay, so what I'll do is, I'll divide this into fixed cost and variable cost. So like rent is a fixed cost, right? And grocery is a variable cost. So what I'll do is I'll first go with the fixed cost, which obviously is the rent. And then there is utilities. So like for the electricity and the gas, I am paying 100 euros a month. Okay. Transportation. So for transport, Vienna is very cheap because they have this annual pass. So let's say if you get an annual pass, I guess you pay only €1 a day, if you are paying for a year. But I have I'm doing monthly installments, so that's why I'm paying 33 euros a month, which is fairly cheap. I mean, you can't compare. And with this 33 euros, you can actually take trams, buses, metro, subways, everything within Vienna. So it's within the core zone, okay, just one zone. But I would give a major thumbs up because it's very, very cheap. So having said that, I pay around 66 euros for me and my wife, because we have got ourselves an annual pass. So monthly we are paying around 33 plus 33, 66 euros for both of us. Obviously child travel is free, and that's good. So I would say Vienna's transport system is really, really well connected, very good. And since my apartment in the fourth district, the U1 and U4 lines, U2 even, I guess U1, U4, U2, all of them are very close by. It's really good. Okay, moving ahead. The next fixed cost would be your phone bills, your internet bills, you know. So I pay around 30 euros or something. Yeah, 30 euros for the internet, which includes a 40 Mbps speed and unlimited internet. So which is really good. So I would give a major thumbs up for that as well. Even the phone bill, so it depends upon what plan you take. My wife is having a 10 euros, so we both have got ourselves a prepaid plan. My wife is paying around 10 euros for 5 GB of internet and some 1,000 minutes of talk time. 1,000 minutes of talk time and 100 texts or something, which is more than enough, to be honest. And I'm paying around 30 euros because I have around 15 GB of internet plan. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but what happened was during my initial days, I could not get this broadband immediately. So I had to have a mobile plan, which is having higher data. So that's why I got 30 euro plan. Maybe it's time to revisit that and then get myself a cheaper plan like my wife. Again, all these mobile plans, they come in various packages, and there are criteria like you can talk within Europe free too. So there are so many things. Right now we are in Austria, so we haven't dig deep, but maybe I can make a separate video, going into details about each of our plans as to what it is. So that's it. So 30 for me, 10 for my wife, 40 euros, and as I said, 30 euros for the broadband plan. So it comes to around 30 plus 30, 60, 70 euros. Okay. Also, I would add the Netflix cost to it, because since we don't have a TV connection here, so in Austria, if you want to have a TV, or in the sense, if you want to receive signal in the TV, see channels, as well as if you want to have a radio, you need to pay to government certain amount, which we are not doing right now. We got ourselves Netflix, around 8 euros a month, the basic plan, and that's more than enough for us. So all in all, the phone, internet, and Netflix costs me around 80 euros. Okay. Then so I have a 2-year-old kid. So we have actually started just a month before this Corona crisis started to, and we have put our child to a daycare, and we pay around 180 euros for that, which includes her breakfast and lunch. Um, but let's see, due to this Corona crisis, they had reduced for 1 month. The fees was like 120 euros because we were not sending the kid, and we will not still send the kid because until this fear of Corona recedes, we would not take chance. But still, that's a monthly cost, so we still pay around 180 euros. So those are, I guess, the fixed cost: your phone, internet, entertainment, your utilities like your electricity and gas, as well as as well as daycare. So if you have a kid, so all these three things are covered. Now going back to the variable cost. So in the variable cost, to the major share would be your groceries, or how you eat out. So the groceries forms. So for grocery, we are giving around. I mean, due to Corona, the vegetable prices have increased. So there are stuffs because getting things from across countries may inflate the price, and that's what I have been told by some of the locals here. So that's why the grocery price have bit increased, but it's not that bad as well. So for a family of three, I would say right now we are paying around 350 to 400 euros a month, uh, because we are completely eating within. I mean, we are not going out at all, right? So we are eating our breakfast, lunch, dinner at home, and so that's why the grocery price is around 350 to 400, I would say. We should, and this includes not just the grocery prices, but like if for childcare, like like the diapers and anything like of that sort, like cosmetics, so not just grocery, your toothpaste and stuff like that. So all in all, it would be around 350 to 400, and other than that, so since we are not going out, but I would say if we were, before Corona, I used to have sometimes lunch with my colleagues, and I had reserved around 100 to 150, just to eat out, with my colleagues, or during weekends if we go out to see some place, So I had budgeted around 150 euros for that, 100 to 150 euros, it depends. Now, the question is like, people may ask that it may be very costly to eat in Vienna. I would say no. I mean, it depends. I like if you do like locals and you do what locals eat, like you should know where to find the food. If obviously if you're going to the first district and you expect the prices to be less, you would not get that. But my office is in near fourth district, so there are lots of eateries around here, and and we normally get our lunches if we are eating in a restaurant from 8 to 12 euros. You could get, I mean, a schnitzel dinner, or there are lots of options, the sushis and stuff like that. I would say 8 to 12 euros should be more than enough. um, if you're eating in a restaurant, with your colleagues and stuff like that, or you're going out with your family, per person 8 to 12 euros should be more than enough. But yes, it can be cheaper as well, like if you're going to these Turkish shops and having kebabs, or the food stands, the having hot dogs and stuff like that, you are seeing somewhere around two, 250 euros to 5 euros, because I have seen in 10 district there's this kebab stand where you would get a drink and the kebab for 250 euros. 250 means 2 euros and 50 cents. Okay, so which is, I mean, very cheap. When I came to Vienna, when my wife and kid had not come here, I was having kebab most of the days when I don't feel like cooking, and I used to get this ayran, which is like a buttermilk, when we call it chas in India, and there's kebab for 2 euros and 50 cents. Also, for lunches with your colleagues, people may go out and have something from Spar or Billa. You can get sandwiches which would be under 5 euros. You can get a drink and a sandwich under 5 euros. So I would say it is not that expensive if you know from where to get your food. Okay, so 150 euros, 100 to 150 euros is what I what I budget personally for eating out or going out, for a month. Other than that, I would like to keep emergency money of 100 euros. Should I get some medicines or something like that, I keep 100 euro reserve for such things. The one good thing about Austria in general is the medical is completely free. So if you visit a doctor, you don't have to pay anything. It's all covered in your insurance. So that's why you're paying taxes. The taxes, because you pay taxes, your education. If my kid goes, I mean, the schools and stuff, the education, the medical are damn cheap. Even the transport, if I may say, 33 euros, I wouldn't consider it a too big amount of money considering what you're getting. So, as I said, the medical is nearly free. If a doctor prescribes a medicine, then you have to pay for that medicine, but that is also very nominal. I guess they have some rule about, I guess it's under 4 euros or 4 to 7 euros, something like that, per medicine or something like that. I am not too much acquainted about that. Maybe I'll have to say, touch wood, I don't have to go too much to get the medicines as of now. But that's how the scene is. So I keep around 100 euros for emergency money, as an emergency money. Okay, so so in all, if I calculate the rent around 820 euros, groceries if I would say 400 euros, I'm taking max of everything. Okay, transportation 66, utilities 100, phone and internet and Netflix around 80, daycare around 180. So which would be around, if I add all this and I calculate, it's around 1750 or something. Okay, so if I round it, it would be around 1800. Also, if it was not Corona, I would have deducted 100 euros from groceries, and maybe would have added 150 euros for eating out and stuff like that. So it still boils down to 1800, 1850, and that is the maximum price I'm saying, maximum cost I'm saying for a family of three, which would result in like 600 per person, which I think is a fair price, if you ask me. um, Again, it all depends upon your spending habits. Maybe you would be spending much less than what I have quoted, because maybe your rent would be less. You might be paying only 700 euros, if you're sitting, if you are taking your apartment in 22nd district or 21st district. The farther away, you would get cheaper apartments. Also the groceries, it depends upon what you are buying, because normally what happens is, being an Indian, we would like to have our Indian spices and rice and stuff like that from Indian store. So maybe twice a week we go to Indian store, and that's where the prices would be bit more uh, for the groceries, because some of the Indian stuff are a bit pricey. If you Because like the Indian spice and stuff like that, I guess because they are getting imported or something like that from India, obviously. So that's why the price is on the higher side. Otherwise, you should be looking at around 60 euros per week if you're just getting groceries from your Lidl or Hofer. Those are the cheap stores compared to Billa and Spar. Right now we are just going to Billa because Billa is quite close to our home. Still, we manage to get grocery from 60 to 100 euros a week. So as I said, so that's where I'm coming from. Like, it depends upon your spending habits, how much you eat out. You know, that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and for timely updates, please hit the bell icon for notifications. This is, as I said, these are my initial set of videos. It would be really encouraging if you could do those, and let me know in comments what kind of videos would you want to see in my channel. Thanks, and auf Wiedersehen.